Good to
All
start.
right, so let's do it, guys. Hello. Today, me and Sendil are going to be presenting you on very interesting topic about how PSA can be migrated to PO, with Microsoft giving its steps and migration path. So let's look at it how this can be done. To begin with, let me give a short introduction about myself. I'm Kuldeep Gupta. I'm CEO of proMX India. I'm based out of Mumbai. I have an expertise in Dynamics 365 project operations, and I've been working with it since it was born, called as PSA, version 2, then to 3, and then now it is called as PO. Um, I have written an ebook on it since there was very limited documentation available since the time it was incepted, and then it turned out to be the small materials gathering, and then it turned out to be an ebook. And later on realized that reading is not much interesting. You should have a course so people can go through it. So I created a course of my own. It is for beginners, so you can actually subscribe for the course and then get an understanding as to how to create an environment of your own, and then do an entire cycle of PSA in that. I have my own blog site called as the65feeds.com, so you can always read my updated articles there as well. Sendil, a little bit about you, if you can just let them know, would be great.
Thanks, Kuldeep, but I didn't write an ebook or blog like you. But let me give my. Hi, I'm Sendil. My name is Sendil Kumar from Bangalore, India. I work as a technical specialist for Microsoft at a small and mid-cap corporation in Microsoft India. So I'm specialized on Dynamics 365 Finance, and I take care of the Dynamics 365 Finance, Finance and Operations, Supply Chain Management, Project Operation as a mainstream. And my area of expertise or industrial focus is on the ITIS and the a small part of manufacturing as well. All right. Almost 11 years of journey in Microsoft started with various roles. I started as a consultant, architect, and now ended with a technical specialist. And overall, 16 years of experience on this product, which was called as Accepta earlier. And then I worked on the various versions from Accepta 2.5, 3.0 to 2009, and the journey continues till what we have in Dynamics 365 today. So that's about my quick background. So handing over to Kuldeep for the next session.
Thank you so much, Sendil. We are glad you are here in the presentation from Microsoft side and taking out some time to speak about it. So let's carry on from here. What next? So here's the agenda of how we'll take you through the entire presentation. So first, we already gave you the overview. We'll give you some overview about proMX a little bit. Sendil will then take you about the differences between PSA and PO. What is it exactly? There are a lot of differences that have come up from PSA as it transited to PO. Then I will take back as to what is a path that is provided by Microsoft to upgrade from PSA to PO. How you should check the errors that, while migration, there are certain errors. It's not a straightforward thing. Well, it is quite easy, but then you need to understand how to tackle the errors that come up. And then later on, we will open up for certain Q&As for you guys. So with that said, let's begin. A little bit about proMX facts and figures. We are approximately 750 employees around the globe. We are the system integrators for Microsoft Dynamics 365, Azure, and Power Platform. We are also ISP solution providers, since we understand deeply some of the issues that project operations face. And then there are some easy solutions that are to be provided. So we have some small ISV solutions on top of project operations and that we have provided. We are also Microsoft solution partners for business application. Um, More than 20 years of experience in this industry. And we are focused on professional services, automotive, engineering, construction, healthcare, X, Y, Z, etc., etc. A lot of domain expertise has been there under our belt. We have opened up a lot of subsidiaries, starting with Germany, our mother company, where it is, to US, UK, India, Canada, and many other places. So and we are expanding. So we have done global rollout of the project in more than 140 countries by now. Moving further, these are some of the beautiful places where we have our offices, as I had said, Germany, Hanover, in Germany as well, Miami, US, Canada, UK, and India, and growing. We have approximately 50, more than 50 successfully completed project in Dynamics 365 PSA and PO only. Apart from that, there are other areas in which we have done projects. So yeah, 15 plus years of experience working with project management solutions, because before PSA, we had our own project management solution that we used to sell out in the market. So the experience and expertise lies from even before PSA was born. And as PSA was born, it was very easy for us to adapt because we had that deep expertise since very beginning about it. We are very closely working with Microsoft folks since 9+ years across all the geographic locations, mainly in US, UK, Germany, India, Australia, Canada, and yeah, so it's going great. Onboarded 3 MVPs, including me, across geographical locations who are working on this technology and are sharing expertise to the globe. And yeah, 8+ because the product itself has been 8 years old in the market. So since the inception, we have the experience you've already known. So we have this experience around with us. Now I would hand it over to Sendil to take you through about more about what business applications is and PSAPO and what next. So Sendil, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Kuldeep. So I just thought of giving some basic introduction about the Dynamics 365. We know the topic today is more about the PSA to PO migration, but where does Microsoft stands here, and what is our roadmap, and what is our feature expansion? Thought of just giving an highlight. If you folks who are very new to know what is this PO project operation, how it differs from PSA, I thought of just giving a glimpse about what is this project operation. The project operation is a completely a cloud developed solution. It's a complete cloud native. When I say cloud, that's how this particular lot of icon screen comes about it. I just come through from the bottom and I just ramp up in the upward direction. So what you see in the bottom is the Azure various icons starting from AI, machine learning on your left side, analytics, database. So all these beautiful tools which is available on the Azure, what we use and we made it as a base to create a platform, right? The platform is the Power Platform, which is a low-code, no-code platform, consists of Power BI for analytics, Power Apps for application development, Power Automate for any automation, and finally virtual agent. So the combination of these applications, what we have come up with a lot of customer engagement applications, ERP application, and furthermore. So the project operation specific, the main specific of project operation is the combination of your customer engagement plus traditional ERP coming up together and giving a complete suite of an application, right? So the Azure has given us a base with the Power Platform as a second layer of a platform. We have come up with all this low code, no code, data connectors, everything, which means that project operation has its native features and it can be extended furthermore as well. So be today, we are the only provider from various of our competition. We have end-to-end solution, starting from the project sales, planning, execution, as well as invoicing with revenue recognition as a one platform, as a single source of data, which means that we don't have any silos or no need of doing an API integration or furthermore integration like what our competitor have today, right? That's what I want to highlight on this project operation with this slide. With that, we'll go furthermore on the PSA side. With it, Kuldeep, let's go into the difference between a PSA and PO. And let me highlight the major differences. Before getting into a major differences, I thought of just putting about various deployment type. What is mean by these deployment types? Why are these are very important? So as we know, when we announced about the project operation, there were a lot of buzz and questions around it because we are going to bring the PSA, which is the customer engagement app, and the ERP together. Now, what will happen to the existing customers? What will happen to my existing PSA customers? Will we don't care about it? Not exactly. That's why the entire session is planned today, so that we are helping you to how you can migrate from PSA to a project operation. Fine with it. So what else extra you will get it? The extra is the additional benefit is you can able to get into a finance part as well with existing license. No need to include any additional license. So after perform invoice, now with the project operation, you can continue with your invoicing, revenue recognition, and the list goes on, right? Okay, that's fine, but still we give a choice to a customer. So what are the choices? We have these three deployment option. Number one is light deployment, which is till deal to perform invoicing. You can start with project sales, code, like planning, WBS, time, expense, till perform invoice generation. You could able to do it in light development. That is your old PSA. You can continue as is with that PSA, but additional few more features or cool features we have added absolutely, and that's you can still continue, and you still have an option that if a customer says that I'm using SAP or Oracle as a finance system, I don't want Dynamics 365 finance, you can still go with light deployment, so that you can take from the project sales till pro forma invoicing, and from invoicing you can able to integrate to your existing finance system. That is the first light deployment. And the final one, the project operation for stock and production order scenario, this is nothing but the old AX2012 or FNO, what we had a PME, what we call it as a project accounting management PME, that is as is. If your customer is very comfortable with as is of AX2012 and they want to take care of production planning with projects, you can still stay there, and you no need to make any changes. But the middle one is very popular and so threading from Microsoft, which we are bringing the both the capabilities, which is from the project operation plus finance, and that's what the middle one, what we call it as project operation for resource and non-stock scenarios. So after Proforma invoice, you can continue with the invoicing and the revenue recognition as well. All right. And with that, today's session will be more on the first option, light deployment. If your customer is in PSE, how we can migrate into PO, or they can extend back to the light deployment, but as well as the middle one with the project operation stacked as well. All right. With that, let's go to the next slide just to understand the benefits of PO. Okay, or what is the difference between PSA? Why a customer want to migrate to one purchase? Project operation. They are good with the PSA, right? But what extra we are bringing it? Here are the few options. The first one is we are bringing the improved WBS, the work breakdown structure. The UI has been enhanced, and you can able to make more planning on the WS. And the second one is the most popular, which is integration with your finance. So not only on the pro forma invoice, you can continue with your accounting, invoicing, and revenue recognition. And then you have enhanced resource scheduling experience. The changes and the resource scheduling has been brought with the enhanced feature with bringing the project management, which is on the Office, right? We have that project dynamic Office projects tool. The web based is we are bringing here so that you have that enhanced version. And finally, we have added a few inbuilt Power BI dashboards to give an enhanced view on the dashboards and the reporting. So for existing customer, what is there in PS project operation? And these are the few cool features which will tempt you to migrate into a project operations. All right. With that, let's go furthermore to understand what is it bringing up, what all things we are bringing up. So mainly we are bringing three major technology, the existing project service automation PSA plus projects for web, and finally the finance. Bringing all together is what you get it in a project operation. As I said, we have three different deployment types. The customers still have a choice. They can choose whichever option they wanted. All right. With that, I'll go to the next one. So what will happen? What will happen to my existing customer? Will Microsoft won't support them, or what is the roadmap? Let's get into it. So I'll go with this first 4 points. First, what are changing it? The first one, we are introduced project operation that was available from the October 1, 2020, which is almost 2.5 years ago, which is there generally available for all the customers, and all the roadmap enhancement, new feature will be developed only on the project operations. Okay. So what happened to existing customers who are there in the project service automation? So the existing customer will Microsoft will give you an option to transition to project operation, and that's what we are going to discuss in detail. Maybe after this particular slide, Kuldeep, will you take you to the steps how you can able to migrate. And new licenses, we are stopping selling of licenses on the project service automation. So going forward, customers will have to procure licensing or renewal in the project operations, right? And the dates are here. So after 2024, all the customers will have to renew it on the project operation, and CSP customers, it's the project operation alone. And we keep on recommend customers to migrate. You can plan it on certain time. That's what this session will help you about the steps so that you can plan when you can able to migrate from BSC to project operation, right? So what happened to the third scenario? The customers who are in finance and operation, they were using project management accounting. Is it going to any change? There is no change for them. They can still continue as is. There is absolutely no changes going to happen to them. But the option is they can able to include the CRM part or PSA part as well as an additional benefit to them. Again, they can take whenever you want it, but business is as usual for them. Nothing is going to change. Only the project planning and WBS additional features is what they will be getting into it. And it's again generally available from the October 1st, 2022, and customer can always move to that. And finally, we are introducing the projects web, which is the office part of a suite. Is it going to change anything? No, that's going to stay as is. Customer can buy it as is. We are just bringing that feature and adding to our project operation as a part of a bundle. No additional licenses or no additional fee will be charged for that. It's just a feature like a Power BI dashboard. We are bringing the Office project as for an additional features. All right. So that's on the changing. The main thing what you have to consider is the second point. The existing customers migrate to project operation, and there are some due dates on the renewals. So the next renewals will happen only on project operations. All right. So that's what I have to speak about the paths, migration, and different types of project operation. Now I'll hand it over to Kuldeep to run the main show. Over to you, Kuldeep.
Thank you so much, Sendil. This was really enlightening before we actually show them how and what exactly PSA to PO migration is. But yeah, now is the show time. Let's see how the PSA to PO migration path is designed by Microsoft. Um, well, I have some screen grabs because I cannot really show you the demonstration of how the migration is happening. But when I tried it, I actually tried to grab the screen captures as much as possible to get you the glimpse of what exactly the steps you should do, perform, and certain things that you should actually take care of during the migrations. So I had already one environment that I replicated from my production, or you can say with a lot of data, so as to try migrating and seeing how successful is it and what all challenges can come up. So you can see this is an admin Power Platform page which we have opened up. I could see PSA installed here, and I actually wanted to go and upgrade myself to PO. So what I did is I went inside the admin Power Platform and I clicked on install app button. There I see this, and I could see Microsoft Dynamics 365 project operations, which is enabled. You just have to select it and click on next. And then it asks you to agree the terms and conditions as usual, and then you have to click on install button. After the installation, you have to, yes, this is exactly going to be happening, but you have to wait for a certain duration to see whether it is really successful in the first shot or it gives you an error. Mostly you should expect an error to come because a lot of things are deprecated in PSA, which will not be taken forward into PO environment. So you will see some errors coming and you will see a message called as installation failed. So what next? So you need to go and check the errors, and how do you check the errors and how to resolve them is something that we'll go and check now. So after you seen the installation fail, go in your project service environment. You will see on the settings area an upgrade logs button. Just select the active upgrade runs view and pick up the latest one that is calling in for a failure. Just open this summary and you will see a lot of failures here inside. There are more than 15 logs that have created in one of the logs area. Just be interested in which has been failed. The success is really not a factor now. So when you click on each of the failures, I'll go back. You can see this link. You click on that, you open up, and then if you hover over it, it'll give you a very long list on each of the failures. It is very easy to read them and try to figure out what are the kind of errors that are coming. So there are merely 3 to 4 types of issues that are regularly faced. So this is an issue one where you have 20 plus resource assignments on a single task done, meaning there are more than 20 resources assigned on a single task. And when you're migrating from PSA to PO, this is not allowed. So you need to reduce the number of resource assignments done. So how do you do that? Okay, so and in fact, you can read it here also. How do you understand which all projects are there where there are more than 20 resource assignments done? So you can read project name here. This is the project. Which are the tasks also mentioned here? So it becomes very easy for us to directly navigate to the projects where these issues are coming up. So likewise, it'll give you in one project all the tasks as well as all the projects with all the tasks in them. So one by one, you will have to sit and resolve these issues. I know it can be cumbersome at time, but this is how it is. We have to resolve these issues. So the resolution was what I did. I found a very simple way. I tried to do an advanced find on the resource assignment. You already know the project names. You already know the tasks. Then just do an advanced find and try to go to the resource assignment that are coming one by one and try to delete the resource assignment. This is the resolution of first issue that comes, but you need to do it for all the projects and all the tasks in those projects that you are facing the issues with. This is the first issue. The second issue is the roles should not be assigned to the summary task. Now, what does that mean? When we used to create projects, we are still creating projects in the manner that you have a header task and then subtasks beneath them. So what the migration path says is if you have a summary task, a header task, and beneath that there are subtasks, you cannot assign roles onto the header task. So any which ways, role was long deprecated back in PSA environment, and they were always provoking not to use role as much possible. Role as a field. So here they want us to remove any role assignment done on the summary task. You can read it here, the project name again. So, you can just hover over it and then you can see, you can hover over these errors here and you can see this. The project name is written down and the task name on which they will specify where you have to go and remove the errors. So like this, you see this management task is the summary task. TC is the summary task. Project team is a summary task. You need to go open these tasks which are mentioned and then see the role. So there are some roles that are assigned. You need to remove them from here and click on save. So again, it's a cumbersome activity. You need to go to all the project, all the tasks where there are these errors mentioned and remove the roles from them. So this is the second issue. Now comes the third issue which you're facing are the resource assignments. They should not be assigned to the summary tasks. Like they didn't want the role to be assigned to the summary task. They didn't want the resource assignments also to be assigned to the summary task. So one by one, you need to go open. Again, I did the advanced find. I just opened the resource assignments on the summary tasks, figured them out and went on deleting them one by one. So this is how I did for the resource assignment on the summary task. So this was the third and the last one, the last issue that I faced was task duration should be between 0 to 100 and 1,250 days. Again, earlier it was possible, but now when you are actually migrating, the efforts or the number of days that you put cannot be more than 1250. So I had to go and manually reduce those number of efforts and then resolve them one by one. Well, there'll be very few tasks normally. because 1 to 5 number of days is quite a huge number of days for a particular task to get executed. So that is why you see my list is very small, depends on scenario and situations for each one of you. But yeah, again, go and reduce the number of duration from each project in the schedule, or you can even do an advanced find, whichever way you feel is comfortable for you to do it. So these were, I think, main four issues that I failed. After that, I went into the admin portal again and click on install button. I think it failed a couple of more times, but again, these were the only four issues that I faced. I kept on doing this repeatedly until the installation shows installed and successful here. Upon that, you had to go to the apps area and see if there is an app that is called as project operations installed here. You see this icon, you have the app that you can see. You open that app. uh, you have to go inside and see if all your data is there. I successfully validated all the data was migrated successfully. Um, the only thing that happened was when you migrated and the tasks were copied, it took some time for each of the projects to migrate the tasks or copy the tasks in the environment, and then everything was fine. I think it worked really well. So at this point of time, yeah, the migration was successful and we were through. And I am done. So if you have any question and answers as to in any of these stages that I did, will be more than happy for you to answer them.
Thank you so much, Kuldeep. Thank you so much, Sendil,
Mm,
for all the information provided. So I will see if we have some questions in the chat. All right, we have a question from Anna. Does the max of 12,050 days per task apply also to header task or just child task?
all the tasks.
That was short. Another question from Raj Babu. Are there any other limitations to the upgrade tool?
As such, no such limitations. It's just that you should have the PSA environment that you want to migrate. It really depends on situation to situation, but maximum that I feel I've done couple of migrations by now, 2 or 3 times, and I feel there are only these four kind of errors that come up, and they are only merely because of certain deprecated fields or deprecated solutions that you might be holding back in your environments. You should not keep them back, and then upon deleting them also is only the limitation that is holding back. I think that is also not a limitation. It's just about not keeping them with you.
All right. Thank you so much, Kuldeep. And we have another questions, I believe, from Gavin. Do you know if Microsoft IUR, internal use rights, or PSL allows partners to run PO?
Can you
So
elaborate
maybe,
more a little bit? Yeah, sorry. And Sendil, if you have an answer, you can.
yeah, it's for myself. I will take it up. So we don't have an internal use rights, but what we are coming up is something known as the partner sandboxes. So partners can go and buy a sandboxes in a discounted price where we give it to the customer. I just paste that link in the chat window where you could, there is a complete catalog available where you could able to see the price and you can able to place an order, right? Let me put it a chat window. It's in the partner community and you could able to go and see, download the pricing sheet. So IUR is discontinued from internal use rights. The IUR has been discontinued from Microsoft. So that is replaced with a partner sandbox.
Oh, thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Sandil. And another question from Judge Babu. How about time entries and invoices, etc.?
So
I
yeah. So to answer this, I think all the entities, all the data is transported successfully, including time entries, invoicing, the allocations, and everything has migrated successfully. The only thing I told you was the tasks when you open the project takes a little bit while to get copied onto the environment. And that's it, because it's from the legacy project task entity, and there was no project for the web there. Now in PO we have project for the web, so it takes a little bit while to get copied onto the environment, and then you should be good.
I hope these answers all the questions. Let me know if there are any more from your side. All right, checking the chat. Okay. They are sending you a very big thank you for the effort.
Can see this nice cat taking all the notes here. Just makes me more happy that I could help.
All right, then I think we can finish the session here. If there are any questions, please feel free to reach to our experts, to Kuldeep or to Sendil at any time, and our experts will try to answer all your questions regarding the transition and immigration. We know that there are a lot of things to cover there, so just feel free to reach us at any time, and we'll try to answer all your questions as soon as possible. And if you want to discover more about PSA and PO, we also have a lot of resources in our blog, and also a lot of videos in our YouTube. So yeah, feel free to join us there and follow, and stay tuned for more. Thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you once more, Kuldeep and Sendil, for all the provided information, and see you soon. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you so much, Kathy. Thank you so much, Sendil, for this enlightening session. It was really great to have you on board here. Thank you so much. Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye.